I wish I had a smoker or a garden to start with.
Yeah.
It would probably be easier.
Yeah.
Can't really have a smoker in a flat, but
Yeah.
one day we'll get there.
We can dream,
Yeah,
eh?
man.
Yeah. Mate, that's awesome. I've never made gumbo. It's correct me if I'm wrong, is it the New Orleans dish? It's the soup with like big prawns and that sort of thing, is it?
Yeah, problem is I hate seafood, so I don't have prawns in it. I think they're like the main thing, so I've changed it. So I just have chicken and chorizo.
Cool.
Which is like celery and loads of veg. When you put all the ingredients in, it looks kind of healthy, but then there's a lot of oil.
Yeah.
That isn't great in it, but it's good. It's also the warmest thing in the world.
Yeah.
If you've cooked it before it doesn't heat. It doesn't cool down.
Right.
Ever. Still, even the frozen stuff's too hot.
I love it.
Nice. Oh, mate, I can't resist it. When something boiling hot is placed in front of me, I know it's going to burn my mouth, and I just like take a tiny little mouthful, and it just burns me a tiny little bit. And I always expect it not to burn me, but I can't resist it. I'm just, yeah. I love the experience of eating so much that I should be definitely 4 times the size of what I am at the moment. I'm so lucky that I don't put loads of weight on, but yeah, man. Yeah, some industrial quantities we're eating today.
Nice, man. Yeah, that metabolism's working overtime for you, hey?
Yeah, big time. And everybody says, oh, it's going to catch up with you. It's going to catch up with you. When you get to 20, it's going to catch up. And it didn't. When you get to 25, it's going to catch up. When you get to 30, it's going to catch up. And I don't think it is. I think I'm going to beat it.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah,
well,
man.
I think it might be catching up with me because I did the rounds with the grandparents today, and the missus's gran was like, "Oh, you've put a bit of weight on."
The gran never lies, my friend.
She never lies. She
always tells the truth.
And I thank her for it. It's good to know.
Nice. So you're getting chubby chops.
I'm getting there. I mean, I knew it from the get-go, really, because as soon as I had to put my suit on for a first gig back, the trousers... I don't know, have I told you this story already?
I think so, yeah. Maybe not on the pod, though. Yeah, I think you just told me.
Okay,
yeah.
Sure, sweet. Well, we'll regale it again now then. So, the trousers go on. Instantly, I know there's a problem.
Uh-oh.
Basically, I haven't worn these trousers because this is a band as well that I don't play with a huge amount, so I hadn't played with this band probably for like a year, 2 months, something like that. So I go to put the trousers on, and I noticed that there's a button missing already. So the last gig I had with them, I'd obviously lost the button without knowing it. Okay, cool. So now it's just a clasp that's holding it together. And as soon as I put that clasp on, it is the tightest pair of trousers I've worn for a very long time. And I'm going out the door to this gig. And you know what they held? God damn it, did they hold? They held the whole gig. And right at the last end, I sit down in my car to head home, and ping, the clasp just disintegrates. So like a fallen soldier, I sort of saluted them because they got me through the whole gig, and they didn't let up. And then at the last moment, when I can afford them to sort of fail me, they let go.
Amazing.
So yeah, that's a sign, if nothing else.
Fantastic. Oh, well done, mate. I've had similar experiences when there are little like telltale signs that these are going to like fall to pieces. It's kind of like when your car's about to break down. You just get a feeling in your waters, don't you, that something's going to go wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh man, we've got a mate who. He's one of these quite chunky guys. He's not fat by any stretch of the imagination, but he's just a thick guy. And the amount of trousers that he has ripped, classic, like split right up the arse as well. It's brilliant. Like maybe twice a year, he'll split his trousers. He'll just bend over and it'll just be like, everyone will start laughing. And it's brilliant. And the thing is, he's not embarrassed now because he's done it so many times that he's just like, they've gone again.
That's amazing. Oh, good stuff. So, Greg, obviously we've known each other for a while, but we don't really talk about, or we haven't had as much chance to talk about this kind of stuff. And obviously we're called the Blokes podcast, so we like to talk about blokes.
Okay.
We're blokes.
Yep.
We like blokes.
We sure do.
Proud of it. I'm going to say it again. We like blokes. No, okay. So I want to ask, and we're probably going to do this going forward. This is a fluid program. We haven't been doing this, but we probably should have for all the other guests. But who is your top bloke? Now, what I would say, a caveat to that, a top bloke could be anything. Someone you respect, someone you look up to, someone that's inspired you in some way, someone that you think's done a lot of good work in a certain area. Whatever it is, whatever your reason for him being a top bloke is fine. So yeah.
It could just be somebody that's really cool. They've not even had to achieve anything. Just I just picked people that just looked cool, like Presley. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
For me, see, musically, it's very different because like sports and fitness and all that, that's like a new found thing for me. Musically, we'll go with sports.
Okay.
I just can't think of anyone. Sports wise, a guy called Mark Beaumont.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of him.
I've not come across him. No. What field is he in?
He's a cyclist. He is the world record holder for the round the globe cycling.
Right. Okay, sweet.
So he did it in like 79 days, 13 hours.
Holy moly.
240 miles a day.
Oh my God.
For nearly 80 days.
What?
And he lives less than a mile away from where I live.
No way.
Which is really cool. So I've seen him out once. I'm looking forward to being on the bike, and he goes by me, and I do want to speak to him at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because he just seems like a really, really cool guy. But he's always doing. I follow him on Strava, and it's like when I was saying about like a casual marathon, he does go out and do like 200 miles like in a day, and just post it up. No comments, no nothing, no pictures. It's just, for me, that would be like, I've just done this. This is a huge event.
Yeah.
No, he's just he does that. But I think he did it for charity as well. He did it when he was like just out of uni, and he did it in like 130 days, 180 days. But he did it unsupported. This one, the time he set the record, was supported.
Wow.
But it was pretty phenomenal. There's a video or a film about him.
So this guy out of university.
Yep.
He's got his degree.
Yep.
And then he cycled around the world on his own.
The first time, yeah. He's done it twice.
I love that. That was and the first time, and he was like, right, I need to beat that. Oh my God, what is this? That's
wow.
I love it.
Some serious
the
dedication.
record before that was like 134 days, something like that, and that was supported. And he went and did it. I think it was a whole round the world in 80 days.
Sure.
He went and wanted to do that, but yeah, the film one was pretty. It's inspiring anyway, because it made me want to do the Land's End.
So there's a film about him.
Yep.
Amazing. Do you remember what it's called?
It's like Artemis around the world in 80 days, I think.
Okay, great.
It's on GCN, which is the Global Cycle Network.
Is it a documentary?
Sweet.
Or is it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. Sure.
It's a two-parted thing.
Amazing.
It's worth a watch. It's very good.
What a bloke.
Yeah.
Wow,
Seriously.
that's nuts. I mean, it must have been an incredible experience for him to see the world like that, because he's not seeing all these countries like most people do, like sort of from the airport to their hotel, and then they see tourist spots. He's like really seeing those countries, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because he's having to deal with like real life problems, I imagine, along the way, and he has to deal with them in these countries where he probably doesn't speak the language, he doesn't know anybody, he's not got a hotel to go to, or whatever it is. He's man, that's absolutely insane. But I'm sure there were loads of incredible moments as well where he he met people that that he still keeps in touch with, and those sort of things, lifelong friends and that.
So he had a team with him when he did it to set the records. There was a team followed him. So he had like a masseuse, like a physio, a driver, a mechanic, and like security as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they followed him in a motorhome, and then they switched when he went to Australia, and it was a new team that joined him. But like going through Russia and things like that, is it the Road of Bones? Did he go that way? Maybe not. It looks terrifying.
Yeah,
like, it's something I would never do that. I would definitely not do it by myself. But
wow,
cycling here is danger enough if you're on a busy road.
Yeah.
But there, it just looks like they're on motorways, and these Russian trucks, and you've seen like Russian dash cam footage.
Yeah.
There's so much of it.
That's the best stuff.
I know, and this is he's just like on there on a bike. I think he only actually came off once though.
Wow.
And like chipped a tooth.
Was it a car that caused it, or
no? I think it was like exhaustion.
Right.
I think
Oh, wow.
he just like veered off.
Oh my
Must
God.
have fallen asleep on the bike. But,
Wow.
but he's still alive. So I don't know if he's planning on another one, but I wouldn't. Probably would suggest trying to beat 80 days.
Yeah. Wow.
Gee whiz. Amazing. I'm gonna follow this guy straight away.
Yeah.
Get some serious inspiration. That's great, man. You know what? Just while we've got a cyclist on the show, I wanted to ask you a question, because I got my first like proper road bike at the start of lockdown.
Yep.
And have been sort of like doing a fair bit. I mean, nothing like your amount, but like a fair bit ever since. And one of the things I was really looking forward to when I got my bike was like out on the roads and seeing another like proper cyclist in all the clobber, all the gear, and giving him like a little nod or a little wave or something. Didn't get it. No, cyclists don't nod or wave. And I was so disappointed. I was gutted. I felt like I was an Eddie Stobart guy and I would be able to like nod to other Eddie Stobarts like driving by. But everyone was so miserable. I was like, maybe that's just a London thing, or is that just a cycling thing in general?
I think that's maybe a London thing.
Right. Do you get the nod?
I nod to everyone. I wave to everyone as well.
Yeah.
You get lots of nods and waves all the time, really. It also depends. Like, people can be quite picky about like who they wave to, because you can see a bike coming on. Like, you'll see. I think it's a Canyon you've got.
Yeah.
It's a lovely bike. But someone that's on like a flat handlebar mountain bike,
Yeah.
I probably should wave to them, but I wouldn't wave to them.
Yeah.
They sometimes you get like people on hybrid bikes that like will try and wave to you, and you just I didn't see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you see a road bike, generally I would wave.
So how about
Nice.
this though? You see a road bike, Canyon, is it?
Yeah.
Canyon. Yeah.
That's one I've
Canyon. You
got.
see a Canyon, but what they're wearing is some Adidas trainers.
No chance.
A pair of just baggy shorts and a holy t-shirt with paint on it that they did their living room with.
That sounds like you should phone the police because it's been stolen.
Yeah, definitely.
Someone's stolen someone's nice bike.
Fair enough. Fair play.
Mate, there's no way that you'd buy a proper road bike and then not, like, just go around wearing cargo shorts or whatever you want to wear on the bike. No chance.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to spite both of you. I'm going to do that. I don't even cycle, but that's what I'll do now next.
It's a very expensive way of spiting us.
Yeah. Well, you sure got us. Eh?
Yeah. Oh, you're enjoying our hobby too. Oh, sorry. So I was in the pub the other day, and it was so much fun because the weather was good. Was with a few mates, and there was live music in the sort of the back garden of the pub. And I'm going to shout out the band because they're awesome. They're called Thrill Collins. These guys are from like the West Country somewhere. I think they're like Bath or Cheltenham or somewhere in that neck of the woods. And they do all sorts of covers, but it's all really funny stuff. And it's kind of, I think they call themselves skiffle pop, because it's like they've got a cajon, a double bass, and a guitar, and all of them sing, and they're like laughing and joking around. It's just really funny stuff. But yeah, if you've not seen these guys, check them out. They do lots of festivals and stuff because they're just great bang for buck, basically, because they play all these absolute bangers and everyone's laughing and having a good time. And the mixture of people in this pub was so good. It was like there were loads of old people, loads of young people, loads of hippies, loads of non-hippies. It was just so weird, this pub, and it's absolutely fantastic. And it's a pub in Surbiton called the Lamb. And I don't think I've taken you to this pub, mate, but they sell cheese in there.
Oh, I've heard of the cheese pub. Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
It's dead kooky, but you walk in there, like it can be a bit horrible in the summer because you walk in there and on top of the bar there's just this big like glass box full of stinking cheese. And it's like, I'm sure it's incredible and it's like really niche stuff that would taste amazing, but it just honks, man. It's just foul. But yeah, so I was outside. I I was glad I escaped the cheese from inside. But the reason why I brought this up, aside from my just overall enjoyment of live music and pub again, was the fact that you can order flagons of beer in this place, right? So
yes,
yes, and it comes like in one of those sort of like big moonshine jug flagon things with the tiny little finger